from Girl Bike Love, and today we're looking at bulbhead.com's SlimCycle. Now the cool thing about this bike is that it changes from a recumbent bike, which is in this position right here, to an upright bike, which is not really common when purchasing an exercise bike. Normally you either have recumbent or upright. You don't have the option to select between the two. So with an easy switch of undoing this back knob, I can slide it out once I get there. I can slide it out and easily adjust this bike to be in the position that I'd like it to be in. So right back there. So you can see that this bike can then adjust to an upright cycle. I've had this bike for a little over a month now, and for a budget bike coming in at under $200, I think it's a nice option. It does include these nice resistance bands that you can use. One thing though is that you can't really get full extension, especially if you're down in a bicep curl. It's more great for your back, working shoulders. But as far as hitting that lower range of a bicep curl, these bands just don't have the ability to do that based on where they're located and where you're sitting. But overall, this is a really great bike, and let's go ahead and look at some of the features in a little bit greater detail. Let's first look at the saddle. The saddle comes with a seat cushion that has 2.5 inches of cushioning on it. I found it extremely comfortable, especially during long rides. And some of the other recumbent bikes especially, sometimes that harder plastic can become uncomfortable after a while. The backrest is nice and cushioned too. I will say though, I wish it was just a little bit higher and sitting in the recumbent position. I just felt that I was tipping back a little bit too much, but it might just be because of my height. I'm only 5'4". It might be better for other riders. The handlebars are great around the saddle here for the recumbent position when riding to offer great stability. So especially for those older riders or people that have limited mobility, those are extremely helpful in the recumbent position. Let's go ahead and look at the pedals. Now the pedals don't offer any cleat options or anything like that, but they are gripped to use your regular athletic shoes, and they do have this little strap that goes over top in order to keep your foot secure. When I assembled this bike, it took me a little bit less than an hour to do so, but adding these straps was like the hardest part of the whole job, but it was really easy to assemble as well. Let's go ahead and look up here to the handlebars. Now the handlebars have little pulse sensors, which is great. This bike does not offer Bluetooth capability, so it's nice to have those on the handlebars so you can find what your pulse is. Your pulse will be displayed up here on the monitor as you see it scrolling through time, speed, distance, calories, odometers, and also your pulse rate. This bike does offer these little resistance bands that we described earlier, and so they're very nice for in the saddle. You can increase the resistance on them. When I first got the bike, I didn't know how to do that exactly yet, and so I thought, well, this doesn't have enough resistance. But with an easy adjustment of pulling the resistance band up and through, you can increase how much handle shows and increase the resistance that you're going to feel. Speaking of resistance, right down here is actually the knob for adjusting the resistance on the bike. It's very easy to access, and it has levels 1 through 8, and there is a huge difference between level 1 and level 8, so it's great to be able to find the resistance that you're looking for during your ride. Another cool feature is that this bike is actually on the Echelon app, where you can take a ride with an instructor that is riding this bike also, which is kind of a fun feature. Overall, I think this bike is best suited for those that are just starting to work out again, coming off an injury, or for older riders. But overall, this is a good bike for the price. And if you're looking for something affordable and you don't want to spend a bunch of money right out of the gate, this might be the option for you.